Hi, I'm Paul Drinkhall, 7-time national champion,
And it's Paul Drinkhall is the champion.
world's bronze medalist, and Commonwealth Games Gold medalist. And you're watching Time Out on Table Tennis England.
What a warrior, what a champion.
Perfect. Hi Paul, thank you for joining us for this Time Out. Let's get started. So tell us, who is Paul Drinkhall?
Who is Paul Drinkhall? Me. Yeah, don't know. Family man. Play table tennis occasionally. That's the way I see it now, definitely. I think obviously table tennis has been a very big part of my life, and most of my friends and family, obviously meeting Joe through table tennis as well. So it's been a huge part of my life. But now it's taken a slight back step. Still love it, still play it, obviously very competitively and hopefully to a high level. But yeah, I don't really know who I am. Yeah, just me. I am me, and what you see is what you get, basically.
So going back to the beginning, how did you get into table tennis?
I basically followed my brother, I think. So we used to play all different sports and got older brother and sister. So for me, it was always trying to be better than them at different things. And yeah, we played tennis and lots of different things and messing about and loads of different sports. And my granddad played in a local league in a church, a church hall. And yeah, we went along, played a little bit, and was lucky. I mean, again, it might not have all happened if that one night, I think there was somebody there that knew somebody, or there was somebody who did a bit of coaching that was there. And yeah, it sort of slowly started. And then Bryn, my older brother, he was, I think, quite good at tennis at the time, and I was starting. And then it got to the point where we had to choose, and I don't think either of us knows why. Maybe he does. I don't really know why we chose table tennis. Obviously loved it, but we loved both, and we loved all sports. And yeah, it's kind of just, it happened. And then I was speaking to Rushy this morning a little bit about it, how crazy it is. Like, we were together in Nottingham at the National Centre, and Kenny's there. There's so many people who their life has become table tennis, and you never really think of it that it's going to be like that. Or but it's amazing, right?
So you mentioned Nottingham. When was it that you felt that table tennis became kind of your career?
Again, sort of as it didn't, like, it's a question that gets asked quite a lot. I've never really, it's been the only thing for me, because such a young age. I moved to Nottingham at 10, I think, which seems very bizarre. 10, 11? Yeah, sort of year 7 at school. So I guess then, to some extent, but it never really felt like it was, I'm making this my career now or whatever. And again, I guess then at 16, 17, that was maybe another chance that it could have gone a different way. But again, it never really could have gone that way, because it was always at that point going to be table tennis. So yeah, I guess if anywhere, probably at 10, which is ridiculous, but yeah.
So you've travelled the world playing table tennis. What would you say has been some of your most defining moments in your career?
Defining moments. I think for me, I think winning the Spanish Open, that was a big one, because I was 23 there, but I'd just fairly recently had a hip operation, and it'd not been great coming back from the operation, and it's always hard coming back from, it was almost a year out, and it's difficult in that moment to know whether or not the year's going to be too long, or how long it's going to take to get back. I think you could always get back, but it's whether or not you're willing to stick with it for as long. And I was sort of starting to think maybe this is it. Maybe this is the time that I start going in a different direction. But I think after winning that, it sort of, again, there's no choices to be made. It was just like, yeah, obviously continue. And so I think that was probably, from what's happened from then to now, that was a huge thing. Now I think in the juniors, I think winning my last junior Europeans, that sort of, I felt then that actually maybe I could go on to do something or stay in table tennis. Again, before that, even after that, it was kind of just all happening. But at the time, I remember sort of thinking, and remember that it was here actually in this hall, but all the preparation and everything, and like it was a long, tough slog, and obviously the years before and everything, and my parents driving me and all that. But that was probably the first moment I thought, actually, it's all paying off, sort of thing. So yeah, they're probably the two that I feel, yeah, made / kept me, yeah, had the biggest impact.
And as a young player, obviously moving to Austria when you were 10 or 11, hip operation at 23.
Yeah.
How as a young player did you kind of manage those challenges?
Don't really know. Again, I mean, family, friends, they're all very, very important in them times. The hip operation, was already, well, I was married to Jo. We got married when I was on crutches, recovering. So Jo was a big part of helping, and it happened in Germany, my operation as well. So Jo was coming out, my dad came out, brother came out. But yeah, Jo was a big help with that. And obviously parents, brother, sister, close friends. Very lucky in many ways, but to have them supporting through everything, but especially in those hard times when, yeah, it's very easy to get lost and start thinking about different things and not being professional. And yeah, it's perfectly natural and normal to go through those. But again, it's the people around you that help you through those times, and it's luck with the family sometimes, and friends, you can say it's luck as well, and partner, you can say it's luck, but to some extent it's, yeah, almost mirrored from you, I guess. So I'm, yeah, very happy and fortunate the group around me, and yeah, very, very lucky and happy with that.
So either in the England setup or internationally, who would you say you're kind of close to on the circuit? Have you got any funny stories you might be able to tell us?
A few, no. Probably, I mean, there are probably lots of stories, whether or not I should say it or not. But no, I mean, like I'm terrible with things like that. There's lots of things happened, but it's kind of a good thing. I mean, I see it as a good thing, but in some ways it can be a negative. I just sort of, things come in and go out, and they don't, but it's good with some stuff that might stay in and worry me for a long time. Generally they don't, it just goes. But a lot of some of the good memories and things also, people remind me, oh yeah, I remember that now, but sort of definitely on the spot, I don't really remember much of them. I speak to John sometimes, and my mate Bailey, they bring up stuff from the past, and I'm like, yeah, if you say so, and then after a while, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that, but it doesn't stay in there at the front of my brain. But I think it's a good thing sometimes.
And obviously been around a long time. How has the game changed since kind of you started through to your career now?
In some ways, a lot. I mean, I remember gluing in the glue room. That obviously changed. The ball changed. The scoring system from 21 to 11. So there's been a lot of, but in the end of the day, still table tennis, I think. And some people say, oh, if they change certain rules, would it, stop the Chinese dominance? No, I don't think any rule, unless you stop them playing, would change much. It's still table tennis, and at the end of the day, it might take them a bit longer to adapt or whatever if it's a big change. But it's still table tennis, I think, and that's quite important to keep some of, if not, some of the fundamentals of the sport. And
Again, traveling a lot. Who's been kind of your biggest contributors to your success?
I think, as I touched on, family, friends, Joe, who fits in both of those categories. I think, it's not saying that it's impossible to do it without that support, because people do. But I think it would be a lot harder, and especially in those moments, if you're unfortunate enough to have a big injury or something, which most probably you will have some setbacks at different points. But I think family and close friends who are really friends, and you feel that they're there for you. Not their life isn't about you, but when the time comes, they will be there if you need them. And I've got a few of those as well, which is again lucky, but it's very important. And I would be the same if it was them that needed me as well.
So outside of table tennis, what keeps you busy?
Dougie and Bonnie mostly. That's about it at the minute. So family life. Sure anybody with kids or knows people with kids knows how much time and things they can take up. They don't necessarily have to, but again, at the minute and more recently, I've been trying to give as much time as I can, because I know that I've missed quite a lot over the years. It's good. I'm happy and lucky to have the choice to be able to do that. So that's it really, family time.
What does a typical day look like for you at the moment?
There is no real typical days. It depends. Sort of got a few different things happening at different points. But I mean, at home, if I'm at home, most of the time I try and make sure I can get the kids to school. Try and do that, because again, I've missed a fair amount of dropping them off and picking them up. So try and make sure that I can take them and pick them up. Other than that, I mean, we're going through a housework at the minute, a tiny extension and moving the kitchen around and different things. So that's been pretty much taken up most days since October. So what's that now? 4 months, 5 months? Before that, it was a lot more table tennis orientated, with trying to qualify for Paris and different things. But so the days were a lot more different then. And then now, once this is finished, hopefully very soon, things will start changing again towards the World Championships, hopefully next year. So that'll go back to more structure and more about training and different things. But the last 4 or 5 months I've been spending a lot of time with the family, and it's been really good. It's hard to now think about getting back into a more structured training lifestyle, but also looking forward to it as well. And obviously World Championships in London, it will be my only one, that's for sure. But it doesn't come around very often, if at all, for anybody.
So you mentioned around a lot of focus leading into Paris. How do you stay on kind of that top condition to be competing on the international stage?
I think different for everybody, but for me, it's just about a balance. I think physical training is very important for me. If I can stay on top of that, then my table tennis semi looks after itself. Played a lot of hours again in this hall over the years, so it's just keeping that in and then fine-tuning around different events. But it's a lot more off the table work. It's more important for me now. So spoke to big Dave Hembra just now as well, and he's back involved, which is brilliant, because we worked together a long time ago now, before Glasgow Commonwealth Games. Again, here, a lot of history in this hall. And he's great to work with, and we know each other pretty well, or we did, and so we still do to some extent. And I'm looking forward to what comes next.
So you mentioned Joe, very successful doubles career, both of you, Bonnie and Dougie. How big is table tennis at home?
Not very. Lots of table tennis balls around the house is the main thing. We play lots of different games over Christmas, trying to get it into different, almost beer pong, but obviously without the beer. It's more for sweets and things and playing different games. And me and Joe obviously discuss it sometimes, but even when Joe was playing, we kept it away from home most of the time. So, it's not that big. Kids play occasionally. They'll probably come to the nationals. They'll be hitting a few balls, smacking them around somewhere. Most places other than the table, which they seem to say they enjoy, which me and Joe find it very difficult to watch, but they seem to be enjoying it, so that's important.
So you've had a very successful domestic career as well. I think 26 titles at the nationals.
Something like
how's how's that been for you?
Yeah, brilliant. Obviously, very successful. And it is quite crazy to think there's that many. But yeah, hopefully more to come.
I think we've got some clips as well.
See what we got. Thanks. All back in. Should we start with 2011, shall we? Who's that, big Danny Reid? Here we go. Oh. I think this was Danny's first final, maybe. Played him fairly recently as well, I think, in a final. He came back. We've got match point now. 9-all it was. That was an interesting finish to a match. I was very, very safe, hoping to win, I think, more than anything. Somehow it paid off. But I don't know, again, my memory is so bad. I think that's back in Ponds Forge. I think in Sheffield in Ponds Forge. But yeah, very interesting one. If we go to the next one. We're on 2012.
Yeah, I think so.
Who's that? A very young Liam Pitchford. 2012, here we go. Got a 9-3. Look at him. Oh, half time. Got a bit more air there as well. A bit more aggressive on this one, that's good. Good to see. Like that. Standing there, man. Yeah, I think that might have been one of the last times I beat Pitch, I think. But I reckon this time I've got him this year, so interesting. 16. Moving on. Oh, there's.
This one's more.
It's a young Tom Jarvis. Oh, hello, Sam. Nice backhand. You can't have hit many more of them if I win. We've had some epics, haven't we, me and Sam, over the years. Bless his cotton socks. Good effort. When was this? 2016? What's that on here? Boy, it's funny, isn't it? Look how young Sam looks as well. Oh yeah, he's not getting that much.
They set up there. Sam over the net and then puts him away.
Puts him away. Like a little film, this one, isn't it?
The second one, 11-4, and it's one game each. Oh, well done. Well, he gambled a little bit there, did Paul Drinkhall. Went over to the back. There he goes.
Back in the days of Bailey in the corner.
Makes the lob and just.
God, I won a fair few with him in the corner, didn't I?
Counter top spin, really. 3 game points for Paul Drinkhall. There it is, first time of asking. Paul Drinkhall takes the third again, 11-7.
It's good watching knowing that you win. Oh, go on, Sam. Decent that.
The backhand from Sam Walker was sensational.
Sensational. Reverse serve, don't throw that in many times anymore.
Tremendous backhands from Sam Walker, and it's 2 games.
Is this the final, is it? Yeah. I remember that.
4-9. Good backhand topspin from Drinkhall.
Yeah, brilliant.
Look at the reaction.
Placement.
There it is, Paul.
Ooh. See the anger building up in Sam there. He thought about the back throw.
Absolutely brilliant.
Well, I was doing that. I just decided to play soft. Oh.
What a rally. Topspin to topspin. Here we go.
Oh, he's angry. Brilliant. Sorry, Sam. Well, it's 3 times he's thought about throwing it. Just do it.
And the credit these guys are to English table tennis. Fantastic performance, and congratulations to both. Title number 5,
Sam.
Drinkhall.
Was a good one. Tough game, that one. Coming through. What was that? 16? Oh, we're still going. Me and Sam again, is it?
Whether Sam can take both of these points.
Skinhead Sam.
He needs to now. He's in with his
And I've
forehand.
decided to go
Down
slightly
the
thinner on
passage,
top
into
in
the
this one as
backhand.
well.
Keep Paul there. Pulls round. And
I spot
he
those,
kept
this
it down the
commentator.
backhand one too long. I knew the first 2 were right to go down the line.
Maybe.
After this one, he needs to go down the line. He played it across court.
Oh, yeah.
Showed it to Paul. Paul saw it coming. Tactical error from Sam, I have to say, at this level.
6-9. It's fantastic play.
Can I rewind it? There we go. Sorry, just rewind it.
Amazing from Paul.
I like that.
Saw his chance. Oh, it's that flick again across court. Sam's defending. Oh, Sam's in trouble. How early did Paul take that? What have you got to do?
Good bit of content, there, isn't it? Oh,
All the self-belief and consistency in the world is not going to help you.
oh, a bit quick there for Samuel.
How early is that?
Nothing, can't do it.
Tiny margin for error.
Look at those angles.
Determination and the power.
You should create a programme. People just watching their matches and talking. I think me and Pitch did it one time. Good fun. Only ones that you win there. Oh, did that go on? Thought I'd won it on that.
You'll see that again.
10-7. Ooh.
Good times.
Okay, Paul Drinkhall, 3-2 up,
10-7 match point. Sam's just time waste. Oh no, maybe it's me.
Happy with the boys, just asking Sam if he thinks the ball's okay.
Is this tactics, Colin, or is he?
No, it's gone in it. The ball's gone. Unbelievable. Maybe kind of half trod on it when the ball ended up under his feet.
Yeah.
Do you remember having
Well,
to
that's an odd
change the
thing to
ball
happen.
at match
It's a
point?
match point, and they're going to have to start playing
No.
with a new ball. So this is not for a point.
Couldn't tell you. No, I was going to say couldn't tell you if I win the next point or not.
It's a good serve, he's in.
He's in. Paul runs round, forehand across court.
Yeah, good one.
National champion times 6. Paul Drinkhall. He's won
6.
the
When was
men's
that? 2017. Well, it took me a while to get 7, didn't it? Oh, it was no, I'll say COVID a few years maybe, but bit long.
Sam Walker congratulates Paul, goes off full on. You could see Sam thought he was old enough, big enough, strong enough, ready enough to take that.
Dougie and Bonnie watching that one.
He's such a fantastic competitor.
Oh, that's the one me and Joe played mixed as well.
He's got that fantastic backhand down
Got the
line.
title.
And now his amazing little flick. And here's the last point again. Look at that, really solid.
Oh, he threw his bat in that one.
Games to 2, 11
He got
seven
there.
in the final game.
It took him a year. He should have done that in the 16.
English
Might have helped him in this one.
champion.
Never mind. 2024. Should remember this one, shouldn't I?
3 points away from Championship. What a flick again.
I like the commentators, they seem to like
Yeah,
them.
that previous one, Paul saw that forehand early, got into position
Colin again, is it?
quickly. Really fighting hard to keep up with Tom's speed. If he can match
Tom's
him
had
for
a
speed,
yellow,
he's got a good
terrible
chance.
behaviour.
Very hard to, because Tom's such a quick mover. Control ball follows up.
Follows
Just
up.
missed it. 2 championship points to Paul
When did the
Drinkhall.
flooring change colour? Has anyone noticed that? I don't know.
Been so tough mentally.
Obviously not during the match, but which year it changed.
6-all, he went 8-6 down, and now he's taken another 4 points on the run as Paul Drinkhall to give himself, as you say, Colin, 2 championship points for his 7th title.
Well, after fantastic championships,
4 in a row,
Paris,
that's a close one.
under 21s. It's over, and it's Paul Drinkhall.
Good serve.
Is the champion in the 2024, 7 times winner.
Have to do that again this
Well
year if we're
played,
playing.
Paul Drinkhall.
Get some
Fantastic.
tactics, brilliant.
Lucky Tom Jarvis, and there it is. What a warrior.
Yeah, good.
What a
Nice
champion.
watch. Warrior, apparently. Okay, good fun, that. Yeah, it'd be interesting, a bit of commentary.
Can you tell us a bit about some of the rivalries that you sort of had at the Nationals? Like, you've had a few finals with Sam, a few with Liam, a few with Liam in doubles.
Yeah, that's sometimes tricky. Like, it's sometimes tricky when you're playing in doubles with each other and then in the singles against each other. But we know each other well enough that it's okay. But we're only, in my eyes, we're only rivals that one time a year. It's not like we're constant rivals and then it comes to it and it's like, I think there might be a few relationships that are a little bit more like that. But for me, I'm like, we're a team until the Nationals. And then, yeah, we all try and do our best and win there. And like, you know, especially, like, I want to win. I'll do the best to win, but I'll be very happy for whoever wins it. And, you know, I hope Sam can get one because he should. Not this year, though, but in the future.
Who's going to win it this year? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? No, I'll do everything I can to win it at the weekend, and yeah, I'm sure everybody else will as well. And it's, yeah, I think it's an interesting tournament. I think the tournament means different things to different people, and everybody has their own pressures and own things going on, and it's just whoever gets it right in the weekend. And yeah, I genuinely think that there's 3, 4, 5 people that you might think could win it, and then there might be somebody else who just rocks up who you might not think of and take the weekend. But yeah, it's a challenging weekend for everyone.
So we've got a few quick fire questions for you.
Might not be quick answers, but we'll try.
So first one, if you weren't a table tennis player, what would you be doing?
Ooh, don't know, potentially a miner, because that's what happens in Loftus, and my family and lots of my friends do that, so maybe that.
Who's your best mate on the table tennis scene?
Oh, friend. And table tennis scene, I mean, depends. If you're talking England and international and stuff, me and Gav have been close for many, many years. Yeah, got Bailey, my Ormsby back in the day, mate, but we've stayed very close. And there's lots, but yeah.
What's your favourite sport, excluding table tennis?
Didn't have to put that now, Jack. Favourite sport to play? Tennis, golf, maybe. I like to play golf, but I don't do it enough. Yeah, I like tennis or golf.
Who's your all-time sporting hero?
No, I love Roger Federer, so I think he, obviously achieved a lot, but I just, always liked how he deals with things.
So you've got a dinner party. Who would the 3 guests be?
Joe, Dougie and Bonnie.
What's your favourite event that you've played at or been to?
I mean, memory of an event, Glasgow Commonwealth Games was pretty special, obviously winning the mix with Joe. But just the event, the team, atmosphere, everything, that was a really good event. And then separate to that, Olympic Games are being to, not being to, when it's on TV, they're amazing.
What's the best place that you've competed at?
Going well, in it, quick fire. I don't know, again, Commonwealth's Glasgow was pretty, obviously it wasn't a home games, but that was pretty amazing. And then London Olympics was, that's probably, again, memory lapsed for a while there, but I think London was pretty spectacular.
Who'd play Paul Drinkhall in a movie of your life?
Realistically, or who I'd want Mark Wahlberg, I reckon. Yeah, realistically, probably not, but don't know who it would be realistically. Danny Devito. God. Is that quick fire?
Just Mark Wahlberg and Danny Devito. Sorry.
They can both. We can play body doubles throughout the movie.
What's the best advice for someone who is starting out in sport?
Work hard and enjoy it. Enjoy working hard.
And finally, if you could relive one moment from your career to date, what would it be?
I think 2014. There's two. That one was obviously, that was amazing, and again, the work that we'd put in paid off. And then the bronze in the team was like that feeling because of how the match went, and it was won, lost, everything in between, and the emotions at the end of it were quite spectacular. So one of them two. If it was one, I'd probably go with the mixed doubles at Commonwealth. But the other one's a close second.
So where do you see yourself now in terms of your career?
Don't really know is the honest answer right now. Trying to figure that out myself. So just figuring stuff out really. I still want to compete and still want to do it to a high level, but it's how to make that happen is what I'm trying to figure out at the minute. So
we've got probably a very exciting year for table tennis in England. What is next for you in terms of events?
The nationals, I think next month. We're in February. I don't know where we are. But nationals, and then possibly a couple of internationals after that, and then Manchester in April. Like you say, it's going to be a good year with the nationals and then a few internationals in Great Britain as well. So it's amazing.
And you mentioned around 2026, the World Championships. How does it feel kind of looking towards that, and obviously the star contender in London as well? Yeah,
I think it's great having those events at home, and I think hopefully the members, table tennis players, non-table tennis players will be happy and get behind the events as well. So I think it's a good place to be for table tennis England and in GB now as well, and I think hopefully it keeps going and we get more and more of these events rather than it just being okay, we've had the Worlds now finished. I think hopefully it'll keep pushing forward.
Hopefully we'll see you competing there as well.
Hopefully, who knows. Thank you.